Welcome back to halftime here at Lumpkin Stadium as the Bulldogs lead the Lions in a close one, 23-21, and it was a lot worse than that a few minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been very bad. Bulldogs jumped up to a 13-0 lead. Defense couldn't stop them. Offense couldn't get anything clicking. Then, like I said, just the reverse of events so quickly. Lions cut to 6. Bulldogs go right back up by 13. But since then, the Lions been clicking very nicely. That drive right before the half, so huge with the big touchdown pass to Austin Martinez.
Huge play.
And now the Lions, after trailing by 13 for much of the first half, trail by 2 coming out of the first half.
And the stats show a close game. First downs, 12 for SAGU, 10 for the Bulldogs. Yards rushing, 78 for SAGU, 132 for the Bulldogs. Passing the other way around, SAGU has an advantage of 166 versus 123. Overall yards close, 244 to 255, a slight advantage for the Bulldogs.
Total offensive plays, too. SAGU 38, Bulldogs 33. So, like I said, the score sheet shows that it's a close game. It definitely is. Looking at some players right here. Reed Golson. What best half I don't think we've ever seen him play in a SAGU uniform. 9 for 18 passing for 166 yards and 2 TDs. 11 rushes for 72 yards. So many of those so huge. Spinning, fighting, breaking tackles extra, get first downs, get down the field, down to the 2-yard line for the touchdown that cut the lead to 6 initially.
I mentioned last week in a play that he has heart and soul, and I see that in Golson, your quarterback, is really the physical leader, the emotional leader, not afraid to take a hit, take that ball in the run, and I just love his attitude when he's on the field of play.
He's taken it 11 times tonight. Receivers, Jeremy McDonald, 5 receptions, 90 yards and a touchdown. He had the 57-yard touchdown catch. McKinley, 2 catches for 19 yards. Martinez, 1 catch, but it was the 40-yard touchdown catch.
Wide open catch.
Wide open. The nearest defender was about 8 yards in front of him. It was funny. When he caught the ball, he looked left, he looked right, just standing still like, I'm all alone.
I'm going to score a touchdown.
I'm about to cut this down to a 2-point game, and that's exactly where we stand. Now, obviously, Texas Lutheran had a pretty good half, too. Quarterback Brent Peavy, 6 for 9, only 9 attempts, but he completed 6 of them for 123 total yards and a touchdown.
The long 52-yard bomb to one of his receivers.
Yeah, to Williams, who has 3 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. Talked about him spreading the ball around. Just 4 receivers. Of course, only 6 completions, and 4 have caught the 6.
Their All-American kicker, Kane, 2 field goals beyond the 40-yard mark, a 41-yarder and a 48-yarder into the win. So the All-American showing his skills on the field here at Lumpkin Stadium tonight.
That 48-yarder is the difference at halftime, with the Bulldogs only leading by 2. Quickly looking over some of the defensive stats. DJ Johnson splits a sack with Zachary Jackson, the 1 sack of the first half of the Lions. Right here, you've got Harry Ford with 1.5 tackles for a loss in the first half. Leading the way, actually, is Nicky Conham with 5 total tackles.
We've not called his name a lot, but he's always there at the top of the stat sheet, and leading the way.
He's made 5 total tackles on the night. For the Bulldogs, they are led by, Bohannon Bay. Not a surprise there. He has 5 total tackles, a sack, and a tackle for a loss. Zach Sowers has 3 tackles and 1 tackle for a loss. So the Bulldogs looking pretty good on defense for most of the half. Like I said, they shut down that Lions offense early and often, but then the Lions offense clicking away. We haven't seen them click this year. It really has been very impressive.
Our halftime feature on DJ Johnson, he again had 3 tackles total and a half a sack on that 1 combined sack. Also, Rocky Davis, 4 tackles on the night so far. So the Lions defense getting the job done. Although it's a high-scoring affair, you like to see the hard play.
And really, the Lions defense, after giving up scores on the first 4 possessions to get the score up to 20, has done a good job of slowing down that attack. They allowed the 1 field goal, which came off of a long pass. That is really a crucial moment. It might be a moment to remember for a long time. That long pass, getting inside Lions territory, inside the 20-yard line with just over a minute remaining. The big sack forcing the field goal, and the Lions offense gets down there.
I'm going to go back to one key moment. We talked about turnovers, Tim. And if the turnovers come down to the fourth quarter, and that one costly switch of possession could mean the difference in this game, and if it's this tight.
It has been this tight so far. Neither team has made the big blunder yet, but we will see as the second half is just about to commence. The players are out on the field, and we're just about ready to go here. It's going to be an exciting one, so stay with us as the second half begins.
All right, so the players are back in the field, and it is time for some first day of spring, temperatures dropping football here in Waxahachie, Texas. I say spring, first day of fall.
It might as well.
It might as well be spring. It's hot. It's just hot.
I might as well have saw a bluebird today. It was warm enough. SAGU will receive first. Got to like that as the Lions when you have all the momentum going your way so far. You know, they said this was a 20-7 ball game, not too long into the second quarter. So the Lions fighting their way back up, making it work, offense looking good. In a game that we said at the beginning is, well, if you want to live up to what your expectations were to begin the season, it's a must-win. The kick is away. It's into the end zone. And it looks like McKinley will take it out. He's around the corner. He's got some room. The 30, up to the 35-yard line. McKinley takes the gamble to bring it out of the end zone.
Love the speed by McKinley. Again, just found a seam on the left side. And his speed, literally, he angles his there it is, a movement around deep into, well, not deep, but well into midfield territory as the Lions will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. So speed playing a factor.
Yeah, going coast to coast, too. Caught it on the bottom half of your screen, took it to the top half. That's where he saw he had the opportunity. Great job.
Can you believe this? The Lions have a chance to take the lead if they put any points at all on the board, Tim. This is outstanding comeback by the Lions. As let's see if they can get this second half underway with a good possession handoff. He's going to keep it. He had it tucked in the breadbasket of a running back, but he kept it himself.
Yeah.
Golson maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, fake handoff to Sean Haynes. Receiver officials might give him a full yard on it to help his stats out on the night. Lions come out early, showing the same look we've seen a lot. Just the 3 running backs in the backfield, which when you have a quarterback as versatile as Golson, having that option, because we see the option.
He is versatile. He is very versatile. I like that. Golson now in his shotgun, he sets a man in motion. That man is McKinley. Now splits out wide right. Golson steps up in the pocket. He's going to run, still on his feet, pushes his own man forward, and he gets forward down to the 48-yard line. And I see a flag, Tim.
So we'll see what that is. It was in the bottom of your screen. It was hard to tell if it might have been holding on the Lions or maybe an illegal contact. Oh, false start. The play should have been blown dead in that case. So
Sure. Illegal formation looks like they're going to call.
Okay,
that'll back up the Lions for sure.
That probably happened off of setting McKinley in motion. McKinley went in motion and did not step into the right spot apparently. So knock him back 5 yards, erase Golson's run. It'll bring up 2nd and 14 from the 31-yard line. Penalties have not been the issue they have been for the Lions in the past. The Lions have had some real penalty problems, but in the first half, not too bad at all.
So 2nd 14 from now their own 31-yard line. Trips right, 1 receiver left, and Golson takes the snap, screen pass right, out to McKinley, sheds a tackler, out to the 35-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage.
So now it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Lions, who would definitely like to get something going here on this first drive. You have all the momentum going into the half. Now trailing by 2, like you said, any points takes a lead.
That would have been tough to say after about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So it's just glad to be able to say that tonight.
Yeah, it definitely has been a turn of events for the Lions to even be in this one, it seemed. Bulldogs looking so good.
Golson sets 2 receivers left, 2 right. And 2 of those have already had touchdowns tonight, Martinez and McDonald. Golson back to pass, runs right, throws off balance, out of bounds. And is there another flag in the play? It looks like someone's trying to call for a flag, Tim.
It might have been trying to get the intentional grounding call, but looked like Golson had broken the hash.
Sure. So
the Lions are unable to convert on 3 tries, so they will send out the punt unit. Just under 13 minutes left.
That 4-3 defense from the Bulldogs giving Golson a little bit of trouble here in the second half as we kick off play. And so perhaps that's the new attitude the Bulldogs will have, is to get more pressure on Golson and make him throw off balance. Here's the punt from Stewart at the 25-yard line. It's a high lofting punt, and it's surrounded by a bunch of purple jerseys, and it's stopped at the 36-yard line. So it'll be the first stab at things for the Bulldogs as they look to maybe get beyond a 2-point lead, as they're probably shocked going into halftime that this score is that close.
Yeah, the offense definitely has to be surprised how good they were looking early on. We said 4 drives for 4 scores, a touchdown, 2 field goals, and another touchdown after that to put them up 20-0. But very quickly after that, 20-7. And very quickly after that, the Lions started making things work. The defense started looking a lot better. We'll see what Brent Peavy has in his back pocket.
Still no connection with his twin brother, Cameron Peavy, yet. We'll look and see if that's going to happen tonight. Handoff up the middle. Hit pretty hard at the 36-yard line. Maybe a gain of 1. They spot him at the 37. Looks like no gain, Tim.
Yeah, and that's Theron Jerome, who had 7 carries for 35 yards in the first half. Hardaway led the way for the Bulldogs on the ground. He had 7 carries for 58, but that came courtesy of 1 47-yarder. So it's 6 for 11 and 1 for 47.
I don't think we've called
Hardaway.
Ryan Jones' name at all. He was our leading receiver last year. So the Lions shutting down some of the offensive threat for the Bulldogs as Peavy stays in the shotgun, fires a ball. It's complete at the 42-yard line. That's to number 23, Tim. That is Lewis Williams.
Yep, Lewis Williams, who had the 52-yard touchdown catch in the first half. He had 3 receptions for 68. You see right there, that was the route that was working so well for him initially. Just a quick hitch. You get out there, you get your separation, you get your yards. So
3rd and 4 now for Peavy as he surveys the 3-3 defense of the Lions.
He keeps it.
And he's going to keep it, and he's free, loose, passed into midfield, and dragged down by, that's Dalton Snyder on the tackle, the freshman from Ennis, Texas. So Peavy likes to take the ball himself, and he marches the Bulldogs to another first down into Lions territory.
He had a couple of big carries in the first half too, so we see the Bulldogs offense looking more like it did to begin the game. They're finding a way to get down there, finding the open receivers, and Peavy doing his job, using his legs, taking a play out of Golson's playbook, burning for the first down into Lions territory.
Peavy rolls right. He may keep it himself. Now he throws downfield a bullet. Pass complete to 85, and there it is, Tim, your first Peavy to Peavy connection. He hits his own brother, and they're going to move the chains again. About 11-yard gain on the play to Cameron Peavy. First down, Bulldogs.
Yep, so right just like that. Everything that the Lions defense was doing was working so well. The Bulldogs are finding a way to get around it, and like what we've seen in the past that works is going underneath.
Sure.
Not trying to challenge the defensive line, not trying to go long against those talented corners and DBs, but trying to go underneath them all.
Fake handoff, and he just led his receiver way too much on the screen pass, intended for number 2 Hardaway.
He had Hardaway wide open over there, but had the ball about a yard or 2 ahead of him. Hardaway had no time to get to it.
Those are tough passes to throw and tough passes to catch because your body is angling in a funny way as a receiver, and you don't know how far to lead that receiver because they're not running at full speed.
And you don't want to lead them too far because if a linebacker reads that one correctly, that's 6 the other way.
Sure is.
And you have to, like I said, you have no time to really think about it. You have to stand up and throw it. That time it was not on target. So to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 33-yard line, trying to increase their 2-point lead to start off the second half.
Peavy. He's going to keep it himself, fires downfield, and that ball is tipped away, deflected by none other than Nick Econom.
Nick Econom almost had the better beat on the ball. It was Colin Bode who had to tip it away from Econom.
Sure.
Econom trying to go for his 14th all-time interception, his 4th of the year. But it goes away, and it brings up a big 3rd and 10.
Nick Green Shoes Econom on the stop. Love the lime green shoes. It's the secret of his strength tonight. Look at those green things. Wow, those are powerful. Give me a pair of those. It's 3rd and 10. Peavy definitely looking in pass, and he's going to pass. He's going to keep it himself, and he's got running room, and he's tackled near the first down marker. Tim looked like he was going to throw the ball, and then he saw some room, so he took it himself.
And he may have got enough. Looked like the Lions were not able to get to him in time. It'll depend on the spot.
Jeremiah Mott on the tackle again, the freshman from Slidell, Louisiana, near New Orleans.
And it looks like they're going to bring the chains out
They're going to
for an official measurement.
Here comes the chain gang again, Tim. So will it be a 30-second call or a 3-minute call? Let's hope it's not a long one. But
it's
the
going to be
chains
close.
are out again.
They stretch it, and it's hard to tell from here, but he has it.
First down,
just
Bulldogs.
enough. Wow, just by a nose. Barely hits the chains, so it's just enough. Another scramble by Peavy. Moves the chains, the Bulldogs down to the 23-yard line. looking good to start the second half off. They didn't quite have the same rhythm they had earlier on, later in the first half, but looks like they've regained that skip in their step.
Well, at this point, you're at the 23-yard line. You got an All-American kicker, so in their mind, they're probably thinking, we've got our 3. Let's try to punch it in for a 6. So 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line, a man in motion. Peavy hands up to number 2 again, and he's still on his feet. 15-10, and Timmy's going to be in for a score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And that was just a product of bad tackling by the Lions. They were unable to bring him down. Hardaway takes it 23 yards to the house, and the Bulldogs go back up by 8.
All kinds of room on the left-hand side. Great move off the left tackle. There it is, broke the left tackle hole, shed one more, and he is going to the house. Dominic Hardaway now extends the Bulldogs' lead to 8, and the All-American kicker looking to make it back to 9 again. So the SAGU Lions will have to respond, tit for tat. We've seen that a lot this first half. So the Lions are going to have to respond quickly to keep this game under control. Kick is up, and it is good. So your score with 10:05 left in the third quarter is now 30-21 Bulldogs.
Yeah, and like I said, the Bulldogs looked like they did at the beginning of the game. They were making it all work. And the Lions defense on that run missed a couple of tackle opportunities. We saw that happening in the first half. So the Bulldogs go 8 plays, 64 yards, and 242, capped off by a 23-yard run by Dominique Hardaway. Hardaway having a pretty good night so far. He had the 41-yard run to put him down in scoring position early in the first half. And now he gets a touchdown to put the Bulldogs back up by 2 scores. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's the Bulldogs who draw first blood in the second half. First blood part 2.
First blood part 2. Rambo is back. Yeah, I'm dating myself. Those were back when I was a kid watching Rambo. Rambo 1, 2, 3. My hero. Well, back to the 21st century we go as we're at 10:05 left in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs will send once again McKinley and McDonald back to receive, and Tim, the Bulldogs looking to extend this lead, perhaps with another stop, put this game 2-3 scores. They want to just blow out the Lions. That cannot happen early on.
Yeah, this is a big drop for the Lions offense, not allowing this game to get any further away.
Big deep kick right through the hands of McKinley, through the end zone, and so the Lions will set up at the 25-yard line in their second possession of the third quarter here at Lumpkin Stadium on the first night of fall. I said spring earlier. It's the first night of fall. But last week we had maybe 1 million, maybe 2 million crickets. I don't see a single one here tonight, Tim.
Well, you know what I noticed? Sunday morning, I saw the arrival of the birds, the annual arrival of the birds in SAGU. They heard the crickets were in town. Doesn't mean they're absent, though. You can still find crickets all over the place. It was quite a show. And now there was a penalty on the Bulldogs, looked like perhaps an illegal procedure off of the kickoff. So it's a 5-yard penalty tacked on to the touchback. So the Lions will have the ball at the 30 to start out their second drive. Like you said, you're down by 9. You don't want to give the Bulldogs the ball back, still trailing by 9, because then you can start looking at this lead getting into dangerous territory.
Trips right. Golson runs left, and he is wrapped up in a hurry and tackled for a loss by...
That's James Fowler III, who got the initial hit. He read Golson the whole way and dropped him for what's going to be
looks like a 3-yard loss.
About a 2 or 3 yard loss for the Lions.
Mark it 2nd and 12 to go.
So now the Lions offense.
Again, those plays, this looked like the defense almost like knows what the play is. It was broken so fast. You hate to see that. The offensive line beat on the snap that quick. So let's see if the O-line can give Golson more time as he sets up in the shotgun. Again, sends one receiver left, tight end in tight, 2 receivers right. He's got Haynes behind him. Linebackers show blitz. Golson steps up. He's still free, and he's pulled down just short of the 30-yard line, back almost to the original line of scrimmage. And the Lions just struggling to get out of the gate here in the second half.
Yeah, that offensive line we talked about, it's either hot or cold right now, and it's starting off pretty cold there in the first half. 2 plays in which Golson didn't have more than about a second to think before a host of Bulldogs were breathing down his neck. So bring up a 3rd and long for the Lions here in the third quarter, trailing by 9.
And again, I really think games are really won and lost in the trenches. So I'm looking to see if that offensive line can though they're young, can they have the heart and guts to stay with this experienced defensive line of the Bulldogs? That's where this game is going to be won and lost. Golson needs an extra second half to find a receiver. He looks downfield now, incomplete.
Here come the flags.
Here comes some flags.
Yeah, McKinley was knocked down before the ball got there. A full second before the ball got there. There was quite the blitz on that play, and Golson just had to unleash it as quick as he could. That'll probably be a pass interference call. Maybe depends on what they think the severity of it is. We'll see here.
That should be an automatic first down.
Pass interference, and it will give the Lions a first down.
We'll take yards any way we can get them. We'll take the 5-yard off the kickoff. We'll take this. Every bit helps.
Well, so far they got the 5 yards off the kickoff and about a 6 on the pass interference. So all the yards they've gained so far have come off of fouls.
From some help.
And so now the Lions given a free first down off the penalty on, again, absolute bull rush by the Bulldogs coming through. Again, Golson only had about 1 second to unleash that pass, and if it hadn't been for poor timing by the defender, probably would have fallen incomplete.
1st and 10 now. He's got a receiver wide right. Ball set in the left hash mark. Golson hands off to Leshner. Around the outside, he's got running room. Dragged down at the 40-yard line. A gain of about 4 in the play.
That was a great job by Ty Johnson, number 11 for the Bulldogs, chasing down Leshner. Looked like he had the corner, might go for a lot. He brings him down after a gain of 4. So Ty Johnson, good job at chasing down Leshner.
Here it is again. Leshner looking for the angle. Just could not quite get past the one defender. So just a 4-yard gain, but hey, that's good average if you're running back.
Yeah, and it brings up a second and manageable for the Lions.
2nd and 6 now. Ball set at the 40-yard line. One receiver wide left, one right. Man in the, looks like a semi-slot position. Golson, and there's a whistle in the play.
Snap. Movement on the offensive line before the snap, and that'll move the Lions back up 5 yards. It's like they're running on a treadmill right now. They're not getting anywhere. Move right back.
That mojo is just not there yet.
And you see the offensive line having struggles holding off these defenders. That causes false starts because the offensive lineman wants to get that half-second advantage, and so he beats his own snap count. And because of it, 5-yard loss on the penalty. 2nd and 11 now as Coach Godding looks in. His team trailing by 9.
So after all the plays, they've gained 5 yards. And again, mostly with assistance from the Bulldogs. So let's see if the Lions can break out of this little slump here.
It's McDonald around the corner, and he'll maybe get back up to the 40-yard line.
And we want to wish a very happy birthday to our director, our student director, B.J. Roybal. Happy birthday, young man. Enjoy your night of getting older. Join the club.
Here's a clue to how you're getting older. It's your birthday and you're working. So congratulations. Congratulations, B.J. Welcome to manhood. 3rd and 8 now for the Lions. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Big third down if you want to keep this drive moving, try to cut back into this 9-point lead.
Golson looks right, sends 3 men, trips left. He rolls left. He's in trouble, and he's going to get yanked down for a huge sack by the Bulldogs inside the 25-yard line, and the Bulldogs are fired up on defense.
David Lizarraga came right through. Again, this offensive line looking, well, just very, very chilly at the moment. Unable to really stop the Bulldogs on any play on this drive. And the huge sack on 3rd and 8 will move the Lions back to their own 28-yard line.
It looked like a missed assignment. I mean, the moment he began to roll, there was more white jerseys near him than any purple shirted blockers. So you hate to see a missed assignment at the line, but that's exactly what happened.
And a very high
short
punt.
Kick, high but short.
And it's
it
going
takes
the wrong
way. A terrible bounce.
Oh,
Thankfully, stopped at the 32-yard line for a kick of maybe 12, 13 yards total.
Well, a net, they had the ball at the 28, so a net of 5 yards.
5-yard punt net.
And that was, I think, a product of the pressure. The line on the punt team was unable to hold off any sort of attack, and so Stewart had to launch it quick and without any forethought. So it goes high and about a 7-yard bounce backwards. So the Bulldogs already up by 9.
In great field position, Tim. 1st and 10, 6:01 left in the third quarter. Peavy sends 3 to the right, now a man in motion. Here's the snap, handoff to Hardaway, pops outside, and pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line, a gain of 2 on the play, and the Bulldogs look like they are taking control of this third quarter.
Well, they certainly have so far. They're doing in the third quarter what they did in the first.
Right.
And so the Lions defense, it's on their shoulders with the Bulldogs already deep in Lions territory, trying to force Alan Kane back out in the field at the very least.
So Peavy sets up again in 2nd and 8. He's got 2 receivers out left. Hands off up the middle again to Hardaway, and this time the Lions have him wrapped up, but he somehow escapes and squeezes forward for another 2-yard gain. That could have been really big, Tim.
Yeah, DJ Johnson couldn't quite bring him down. I don't know if the Bulldogs rubbed Vaseline on their jerseys at the beginning of the game, but the Lions have been unable to really consistently get that. However, they still do bring him down for a loss. He avoids a loss of about 4 or 5, and instead a loss of about 2, brings up a big 3rd and 10 for the Lions D.
Lions in that 3-4 defense. Peavy looks to pass. He looks right, throws right. He's got a man wide open, and somehow there could be a flag on the play. It looks like he was pulled back by the defender, but I don't see a flag.
I don't think there was a flag so much as the ball was just thrown in the wrong spot, forcing Colin Bode to lean the wrong direction.
Bode just stopped like he was pulled back, but I think the ball was just flown so far ahead of him, he said, I can't catch that.
So after the punt, no gains for the Bulldogs, and they will send Alan Kane on. This one's going to be let's call it 50.
Looks like a 50-yarder.
He made what we said was a 47-yarder.
And the wind is negligible. If anything, a slight wind at his back, but it's really negligible according to the stripes of the American flag on the north end of the end zone. So, Tim, 50-yard field goal for the All-American Alan Kane. It's up. Does it have enough leg?
Oh, more than enough.
Plenty of leg, and it's good and true. And the Bulldogs tack 3 more on the board on the strong-footed All-American kicker, Alan Kane, as they take a 12-point lead, 33-21, and that's great to know you have an All-American kicker on your sideline.
Whew, and a 50-yarder with about 5 yards to spare.
Sure.
What a kick. Pure special teams turn of events right there. The 5-yard punt for the Lions, and then no gain. 3 plays, ends up being no gain for the Bulldogs.
Didn't matter.
It didn't matter because just the spot of the punt was good enough for the Bulldogs. Alan Kane knocks it 50 yards through. Lions defense did their job, though. It's still a 2-score game, 33-21.
It's easy to talk about offense and defense, but special teams always play a key role. You hear it all the time, but it's easy to overlook. But special teams can make or break a game on any given Saturday and an NFL on Sunday.
And again, good job by the defense. After, like you said, after a very bad punt, which came off of a big sack to push the Lions back that far, the defense stands strong. Hold them to a field goal, but the Bulldogs have put on 10 points here in the third quarter, stretched the lead up to 12. Lions offense not looking so good so far. We'll get the ball back. Needing to score, really needing to score to keep this game at the pace and level they want it.
You hate to say must score, but you said it right. They need to score. This is a very, very important drive taken at the end zone. It's McKinley who's got some speed, still on his feet. One man to beat, jumps him over, and then he gets tripped up by a second defender who arrived in time. Looks like number 15 helped to bring him down.
Here. McKinley,
this is amazing.
Just right through, it looks like he just drove straight through an accident, leaps
15 or 17.
Would have been the last man, but he was held up long enough to bring in the rest of the Bulldogs. But McKinley just running right into the teeth of things.
Drake Dowling saved a touchdown for the Bulldogs. And we mentioned special teams. It can work both ways. And McKinley almost broke one loose. Good starting position. I like this. Past the 35 at the 36-yard line.
You got to be fired up again. Those kind of plays can fire a team up. Seeing a guy going all out.
Golson looks back to pass. Fires the ball. It's incomplete.
But I think we're going to see roughing the passer.
There's
two flags One is going to be pass interference. The other is going to be roughing the passer.
Could they take both? You have to pick one of them.
Well, one is a personal foul. So we'll see how this goes. 2 flags. Look like there was early contact on the pass and a personal foul.
Here's the
pass
call.
Interference on the Bulldogs. Personal foul. And that will be roughing the passer on the Bulldogs. I saw neither of those declined or taken away. So we'll see what.
You always take the greater of the two. You don't add them together. I wouldn't assume that unless the personal foul is always tacked on to another penalty. So this will be interesting to see if it's a 15 or potentially a 25 or a 30-yard.
So they are
penalty.
walking this one up, and I think they'll take the 15-yard roughing the passer penalty. So yeah, the pass interference will be declined, and the roughing the passer moves the Lions to the Bulldogs 49.
Huge mistake by the Bulldogs. Now the Lions are past midfield and looking to cut this lead, because if they don't, this game could get out of hand. So some good breaks, some good special teams play by McKinley. We'll take a pass interference. We'll take a personal foul if we need to. No anybody hurt, obviously. But Golson now has his Lions in Bulldog territory, 1st and 10 with 4:29 left in this ball game. Golson takes the snap with a shotgun snap, and that's handed off to number 33. That's Styles Winston, not called his name yet tonight. Styles Winston on the play.
But again, no time for the Lions. I think the Bulldogs have figured out if they bring a heavy blitz, this Lions offensive line is unable to stop them. We've been seeing them blitz pretty much on every down this second half. And again, right there, no time. No time for Golson, no time for Styles. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Golson in the shotgun. Screen pass out to McKinley, who dives down and goes to the ground, and that's actually going to be a loss of 1 yard from the receiver McKinley, who had just no room to run once he caught the ball.
And so it's actually me back into Lions territory, I believe, back to the Lions 49.
That's a 2-yard loss.
So set 3rd and 12. Really would like to convert here. You've got good field position. You've got the clock ticking down towards the 4th quarter. You're down by 12. This is the kind of thing. But Golson doesn't have any time to work with right now. He's going back to pass, and the Bulldogs line up 4, and they
show blitz.
They show blitz from every angle, it looks like. I'm not sure if anyone's back in coverage.
Here's the handoff to McKinley around the left side, over to the right side, and just mobbed by Bulldogs. Back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 4th and 10. So out comes the punting unit for the purple and gold, and that drive was not very impressive.
No, it really was not. I mean, you get the personal foul and move you into Bulldog territory, but like we've seen so far in this half, this offensive line is just not working. It's not giving Golson time to work. No. It's not giving the receivers time to get downfield. It's not giving anybody on the entire offense time to do anything. And it is shown as the Lions will punt it away for the 3rd time.
Stewart stands at his own 40. Punt returner is at the 10, now slides up to the 14, now says get out of the way, and that ball rolls out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So the Bulldogs will set up their 3rd possession of the 3rd quarter with just about 2:15 left to play, and they hold a 12-point advantage. And Tim, if the Bulldogs score here, you're talking, if say it's 7, that puts you up 19, and that would be very difficult to overcome with just 1 quarter to play.
Yeah, especially the way this offense is looking at the moment. Defense does need to make a big stand, not allow any more points on the board, keep the score where it is, and just hope that the offense can reestablish their footing and start holding off these waves.
And now we've got
a penalty on the Lions that'll move it 4 yards.
I've never seen that before, a 4-yard penalty.
Up to the 19.
They're saying he touched the ball.
They're saying that there was no penalty. They're saying that the ball was touched by Lions, and I saw they might have touched the foot, so the ball is placed at the 19 instead of the 15.
Peavy, back to pass. It's complete out to the 25, the 30, down to the 32-yard line. 1st down, Bulldogs. That ball was caught by number 31 on the play, JoJo Epps, a running back from Houston, Texas.
So the Bulldogs quickly break out from inside the 20, out to the 31-yard line. Offense doesn't seem to be hampered at the moment.
Lions defense needs to hold here. In that pesky 3-4 defense led by Coach John Allen. So Peavy looks to attack it out of the shotgun, hands off to Hardaway, and he rumbles forward for maybe 1-2 yard gain. Brings up second and long.
Actually, Theron Jerome
Check
on
that,
the
Theron
carry.
Jerome. Correct that. Theron Jerome, our Marble Falls running back.
So
senior.
just a gain of about 1.5 maybe. Bring up a second and eight or 9. So
two receivers
Bulldogs.
left, two right. Peavy, 5-7 dropped back, and it's caught at the 40. Still alive on his feet, down to the 47-yard line. That pass is caught by Lewis Williams, who scored a touchdown already tonight.
And again, he's running that same route every time. Run out, take 3 steps back, shake your defenders.
No huddle, Tim, as the PV-led Bulldogs quickly try to catch the Lions off guard, and now they'll stop and say, "What play do you want, Coach?" It's funny how offenses try to kind of fake you out, maybe get you off guard, maybe pull off sides, but I think they were waiting for a play from the beginning, just tried to fake the Lions out. So Peavy now takes the snap, hands off to
Jerome
again, who rumbles forward into Lions territory, bring up a 3rd and short for TLU. Again, TLU coming off a bye week, so any injuries they may have had after the first few weeks hopefully healed up from their standpoint, so they're probably coming in pretty healthy and hungry to get above 500 to that 2-1 mark.
And they're in pretty good position right now, up by 12. 2nd and 4 inside Lions territory.
Jerome gets the call again, and he's in trouble. And a host of Lions are going to wrap him up for a nice 2 or 3 yard loss. And, boy, they snuffed that out in a hurry.
And finally, really, I mean, the Lions have had a lot of opportunities to bust a big loss on the Bulldogs. They've missed them, but that's a big stop there. It'll be a 3rd and 7. We'll see what happens on that 3rd and 7 in the 4th quarter. The clock will roll to an end here. The Bulldogs score 10 in the 3rd to stretch their lead to 33-21. We'll be back with the final frame of action here on SAGU Sports Live after this.
And welcome back to Lumpkin Stadium. All those watching on SAGU.tv, make sure you check out our Facebook page.
SAGU Sports Live on Facebook, facebook.com/SAGU Sports Live. Tell us what you're liking about the broadcast. Be sure and check in Monday. We will have highlights of the game. We'll have highlights after every game. They'll be broadcast on SAGU Sports Live from here on out. It'll only be on the Facebook page, so be sure and tune in there.
3rd and 7, Peavy, a big drop back, fires downfield, and that is caught at the 20-yard line and down forward to the 15-yard line. An outstanding reception by Casey Davis, who already has a touchdown on the night.
Turned around right here. Ball was just low, found a way to get it. The Bulldogs convert in a big way down to the Lions' 15-yard line.
Dalton Snyder on the stop.
Looking to put this one in a very comfortable position.
No huddle offense. Let's see if they really mean that or if they're going to just wait for a play to come in from the sideline. So Peavy has the play, sets a man in motion, handoff to Theron Jerome, and he is going straight to the ground with a no gain on that play. So that brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Good field position early, Tim, on that great pass play to a man who's already had a touchdown scored tonight. That'd be number 18, Casey Davis. So we'll see if the Lions can continue to bend but not break. If they can hold them to a field goal, you know, you like your chances.
Well, it's still a 2-possession game for them to a field goal. It'd be 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. Either way, you got to hold here. Going down by 19, letting the Bulldogs get to 40 is not an option.
2nd 10. Peavy. He's going to keep it. Now pass. Picked off! Interception! Nicky Conham. Who else but Nick the senior?
What a play
All-star.
by Nicky Conham. Perhaps a game-saving play for the moment. Nicky Conham covering him the whole way. Picks it off in the end zone. That's his 14th pick. He is now the all-time interception leader for the SAGU Lions. 14 interceptions in a career. Congratulations, Nicky Conham. And for the moment, the score stays 12.
This is what you need. This is what you need right here. If you're the Lions, if you're a Lions fan, a Lions player in the field, this turn of events, Nicky Conham's done it all season long. Let's see if the offense now can give Golson time to throw that ball downfield.
Nicky Conham with his 4th pick on the year. That'll time with Shaquem Taylor. That is Brent Peavy's 1st pick of the year. And for the moment, like you said, keep this game at 12.
Golson rolls left, throws left, pass complete to McDonald, and he is tackled hard at the 25-yard line, a gain of 5. And we want to give a shout-out to the SAGU volleyball girls team watching SAGU.TV right now from the bus, on the bus ride home, I assume, from their match tonight. So hello, volleyball girls. Thanks for joining us on SAGU.TV. Hope you're enjoying the football game here at Lumpkin Stadium.
We'll be streaming you Tuesday. Going
Here's
deep to
big
McDonald.
Pass. And he's got McDonald!
He
dropped it!
They're calling a
Oh!
fumble. It's a fumble! Picked it up!
Martinez has the ball!
It's going!
It's touchdown! Touchdown! Believe it! I don't believe what I just saw! Touchdown! Lions Martinez!
He caught that. It was
Are
a
you
fumble.
kidding me?
What a play for the Lions!
Everyone
Fumble
stopped.
by McDonald.
Martinez, Johnny on the spot said, "That's a live ball."
What a play! Both of the Texas Lutheran defenders.
Check this out.
The ball comes
Now,
loose.
definitely,
There
let's
goes
go.
the beanbag.
2 white jerseys just pick up, walk away. Martinez picks the ball up, and he's in for a touchdown. Outstanding heads-up play by Austin Martinez. 2 touchdowns on the night.
McDonald with the catch, Martinez with the touchdown. I don't
That's
think I've seen
amazing.
that one before.
Well, the 2 Bulldog defenders just got up and walked away. They thought it was an incomplete pass.
Now there's a discussion between the referees. We'll see what this is all about.
Oh, he made a football move. He
look-
caught the ball, took at least 2 steps. That was a football move. That is a live ball.
And
That is,
it will
and
stay
Nick
a
Murphy signals
touchdown.
the same thing. That's a touchdown, Lions.
It looked like it might have been incompletion at first, and that's what both of the Bulldog defenders thought. But right as he went down, the beanbag flew out of the referee's pocket, signaling fumble. Both Bulldogs are celebrating.
Here it is
You
again.
see the beanbag come right
There
out.
it is. There goes the beanbag.
And Martinez just
Defenders
Martinez
say, I
wide
didn't
open
see the
again.
beanbag.
Martinez wide open again, it
Oh,
seems.
love it. I love it. Love it. Love
And
the
now,
smart heads-up play.
Timeout Bulldogs. I'm not sure if what this timeout's for.
Well, you
Maybe
can't
besides-
review it. You can't review the play.
No
It's
no
instant
review,
replay.
but he is coming out to talk with the ref. This is a timeout to get the ear of the referee to let him know. I'm sure the Bulldogs are contesting that it was an incomplete pass. It looked from here, it's hard to tell on the replay, but it looked from here that he was able to make the catch, take 2 steps, and then lose the football. As you see, head coach of the Bulldogs.
Now, we didn't see the Howard Payne game, but from what I've seen so far, that may be the play of the season from my viewpoint. Now, the Nicky Conn interception was great off the foot, but that may be overall the finest play as the crowd acknowledges the fine play by Martinez and a great throw by Golson. Let's not forget the great throw by Golson to even
Great
make the
throw.
play happen, Tim.
Great throw, great catch by McDonald, who just fumbled the ball, and that could have been so huge. If the Bulldogs had been paying attention, following that ball, turnover, you're still up by 12. The Lions, what a turn of events. Interception in the end zone, 80-yard touchdown pass, pass to McDonald, touchdown by Martinez, and the Lions with a chance to cut it back down to 5, and they do. 33-28.
Wow.
Unbelievable
Play
turn
of the
events.
season so far in this early campaign for the 2012 Lions. Best play I've seen all year. Great throw, great catch, and then just a heads-up play by Martinez, who now has 2 scores on the night. And I'll let the statisticians figure out how to make that make sense.
Yeah. Tell your friends, tune in to SAGU.TV when the Lions are playing football.
And the volleyball team, you just saw this.
You may see something that you've never seen before. Last week, we saw the circus catch off of the heel for the interception. This week, I don't think I've ever seen that. About a 60-yard bomb for a fumble picked up by Austin Martinez.
About the 20-yard line, you say, Tim?
About the 28, actually. It's probably about a 50-yard bomb to McDonald. Again,
you know,
a
this tells
stunning
me that
turn of
the
events.
coaches tell these players about the small nuances of the beanbag going out.
Yeah.
Martinez saw the beanbag go out and said, that's a live ball. That's a live ball.
And he was running as fast as he could to get to that ball. Again, the Bulldogs about to go up by 16 at the least, perhaps 19 or 20. Instead, the Lions cut it right back down to 5.
Crowds on their feet. Judah going crazy on the sidelines. Cheerleaders moving them pom-poms as the SAGU Lions are right back in this ball game, and it is loud here at Lumpkin Stadium. Come on out if you're near Waxahachie, and if you're not, definitely stay tuned to SAGU.TV as Gish kicks off. It's going to be taken around the 15-yard line, and he's still on his feet and hit hard, but now he's wrapped up finally. Looked like he was going to break free there, Tim, but a great stop by the SAGU Lions defense.
The official scoring of the play will be a 60-yard pass to McDonald, a fumble, and then a 20-yard fumble recovery touchdown by Austin Martinez.
Okay, so Golson doesn't get credit for the touchdown pass.
No touchdown pass credit to Golson. He gets 60 yards added on
to his passing.
But Martinez gets the touchdown on essentially, I guess, is a running play.
Well,
and so, again, a turn of events unlike any I've seen before. The Bulldogs about to perhaps put this game away. Nicky Conham with, like I said for the moment, it saves the game. And the 1-2-3 punch of Golson, McDonald, and Martinez make it a 5-point game, 12:57 left. Now we're lining back up for the kickoff here.
We're going to kick it again. I'm not sure
Lions
what
will
the
kick
play
it again.
was.
It looks like there's going to be a penalty of some sort because they're marketing at the 30.
Correct.
So it's probably going to be some sort of offsides, legal motion penalty on the Lions. So they will re-kick it. So the great kick and stop will be negated. But we saw this happen earlier for the Lions. We saw the Lions take a penalty and ended up getting worse field position than they would have had without the penalty. Maybe the winds will blow that way for SAGU at the moment.
So Martinez is looking really good as our player of the game. We'll wait to see, but boy, what an outstanding. I'm very impressed by this young man's heads-up play, just to be near the ball, nose for the ball, to pick it up, and never stop his stride.
He never gave up on the play. Both the Bulldog defenders did, and they paid for it. The Bulldogs lead, cut to 5.
Here's the kick again. It's a short one, and it's going to be taken at the 30 by one of the up men. Number 17, who's still on his feet, now out to the 40, 42, stopped at the 43-yard line.
So the penalty definitely helps the Bulldogs. They had the ball around what was 16-17. Instead, 5 yards back will equal about 20 yards.
That's
25 yards.
Drake Dowling on the return for the Bulldogs as the Lions now want to say, you know what, we're back in this game, and we're going to stop because we're a good defense. So you got Nicky Conham out there. Shaquem Taylor's been quiet, but he's always a threat to pick one off. And
I want to note the turn of events. The first two games we kept on saying, the defense just made a big play. It's time for the offense to stand up. The defense just made a big play. Time for the offense to stand up. The offense has made some huge plays tonight. Defense obviously made one there too. Time for the defense to stand up again. This game's within your grasp.
Lions
quick flip.
Try to defend a quick flip out to the left.
Still on his feet.
Still on his feet into Lions territory, and he's got a first down. That's a nice, nifty run.
And
I'm impressed.
The Lions still having tackling problems.
Casey Davis.
They were around. Oh, some shoving. We see a flag come in here. There was some late shoving. And we'll see. Generally, this ends up going offsetting, but we'll see if maybe the infraction was enough on either side. We'll see the discussion here.
You don't like to see that. You like to see a nice, clean game. So that's never good when you have teams fighting after the play or pushing.
So the officials are discussing it right now. I said, generally when you have shoving like that, they'll keep it as an offsetting penalty.
Right.
Oh, I saw the Bulldogs clapping. It's possible this one's about to go in their favor. The man in the white hat is the one to look for to come down with the final verdict on the extracurriculars after the nifty game.
Impressive run by Casey Davis, who already had a touchdown on the night. So he's got the skills.
Yeah, Davis just bouncing through a bunch of line defenders. I saw a point in the Lions' direction. That is not good news for the Lions, who, like you said, just fought their way right back to make this one an intense ball game.
Again, it was a 10-yard gain, so this could be a net of up to 20.
And yeah, do you see the signal here?
Personal foul. That could be 15.
So they will offset.
It is going to offset.
The penalties will offset, so all the pushing and shoving amounts to just that. The Bulldogs, they'll have the ball at the 46-yard line with a first down.
McDonald, 7 catches already for 150 yards and a touch.
I might point out, though, he has a fumble.
But that fumble was picked up by Martinez. I'd like to remind you of that, Tim. Be nice.
We're being told it could technically be a lateral.
Handoff. Down the left side, dragged down around the 42-yard line.
Deontay Morrison does a good job of not allowing. Again, we've just seen jerseys slipping out of line defenders' hands. Deontay Morrison doesn't let that happen.
DeMarcus Boyd on the carry for the Bulldogs.
So to bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs, who, again, they've been the overpowering force for a lot of the game, and it looked like it was going to go that way again. The Bulldogs are owning the odd-numbered quarters, that's for sure.
Lions show blitz. Handoff again to number 25.
He's going to be short of the first down,
That's
though.
Boyd again.
So it'll be a 3rd and 3.
Big play here, Tim. I know we don't like to overstate that, but at this point in the game, you're in fourth quarter. A big stop here would give the Lions all the momentum that they need to score again. And so here we go, 3rd and 3. Peavy from the shotgun. Now he stops and looks for maybe a different play. He is going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Crowd on their feet, wanting a stop from their beloved line defense. He's going to hand the ball off, and the Lions snuff it out, and a great stop by the Lions defense. Tim, you mentioned it. There it was. The defense stands and rises and holds.
Yeah, the defense, great job right there. I don't see the Bulldogs leaving the field, though. This is the maroon zone area. Unless, I don't think they're going to try the field goal here. No, the punter will come out for the Bulldogs. Dylan Coop, the punter. Hey, come on! It's only a.
That would have been about a 58-yarder.
Yeah, just about a 56, 57-yarder. He made a 50-yarder with 5 yards to spare.
Come on, get him out there.
I said Allen
Kane.
But you have to consider the field position loss if you were to miss it. Lions lining up.
I think they're going to try to pull him off sides.
Offsides would get a first down. If I'm the Lions, you got
fake punt. Fake punt. It's going to work.
It'll
easily
work.
Catches the Lions off guard. A straight snap to the short man. Had all the opening he needed. Ran over the right side past the right tackle. Well past the first down marker. And the Lions got caught hoping for a punt.
Well, and that was a great play because it snapped straight to Adrian Moya. The Lions tried to read in on it and bring him down for a loss, but flips it straight ahead.
You know, just before that ball was snapped, you just get that feeling something's up here. Something's up. It didn't seem like a normal punt.
There was an inordinate amount of movement on the Bulldogs' front line, so big fake punt keeps the drive alive.
Peavy hands off to Boyd again, who gets gang tackled by quite a few Lions, led by, looks like number 90. Is that Harry Ford again?
So the Lions defense acts to hold strong again after the special teams. Really, the special teams just did their job. They were trying to bring some pressure on the punt.
Sure.
They tried to surround the guy. Just a perfectly executed fake punt by the Bulldogs with a little pitch forward to McGuire. As you see, all the coaches on the Bulldogs sideline calling in plays.
In unison. Cheerleading troop. Peavy takes the shotgun snap, step backs to pass, looks right, fires right, and wrapped up by Nicky Conham. Pass is complete, close to another Bulldogs first down. We'll wait to see where they spot the ball, Tim.
And it will be a first down. The chains will start edging, and they will move. And that play just keeps on working for the Bulldogs right there. You see Colin Bode again just breaking off of his man, getting back real quick. So, again, the Bulldogs down almost inside the red zone, trying to stretch the lead back up.
Handoff again to Boyd again around the right side.
Ball! But the Bulldogs
loose ball. Are they going to mark it dead? They're going to mark him down. So the Bulldogs escape costly miscue potentially.
Dalton Snyder with a monstrous hit. Stopping the running back before he can get much of a gain, knocking a ball loose would have been a huge play if the Lions could have forced the fumble and recovered it.
Okay, Tim, we're down by 5. Field goal 8, so that's a touchdown and a two-point conversion. So let's see if the Lions can keep them out of the end zone and put their All-American kicker back out in the field to maybe score a field goal. So
that was Dalton Snyder's 9th tackle of the night. We mentioned him as one of the keys to the game at the beginning of the game, and he's having quite a good game. Almost broke the game open with a big forced fumble right through the backfield. And that's number 48 for the Lions with the tackle, Billy Manning. And they'll bring him down for a loss. The Lions defensive line looking pretty good right now. 3rd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
Okay, I like this. I like this moxie that the Lions are showing. Want to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone. And there's DJ Johnson exhorting the crowd, his teammates, to get on their feet. He senses the enormity of this play on a 3rd and 9. Look to pass. Peavy does. He will. He looks left. He's in trouble. He eludes one tackler. He's got running room. And now the same tackler catches up. Outstanding play by, is that Chris Polk? I think it's Chris Polk. An outstanding play by Chris Polk.
Chris Polk almost had the sack. completely missed.
And then recovered.
Brent Peavy, and then recovered, chased him all the way back down to bring him down. Impressive recovery by Chris Polk.
Look at
brings
that.
him down.
Look like my brothers or my sons wrestling each other. Just yanking him down from the neck.
So here comes Alan Kane. Wow. You wanted him. You got him. Here comes another field goal opportunity for the Bulldogs to try to stretch it to an 8-point lead.
Looks to be a 35-yard field goal, well within Kane's range, and he's been very accurate.
Oh, that could be a monster penalty. It's no good, but there is an offsides penalty on the Lions. That looks to be the call. And so after...
I don't think it'll bring up a first down.
It won't bring up a first down, but after Alan Kane improbably misses a field goal, the Bulldogs will get a second chance. And let me just tell you the enormity of that right there. The Lions were about to get the ball back with just under 7 minutes remaining. As the clock keeps on ticking, it really shouldn't be. The clock is still ticking. That needs to stop.
Yes.
Finally it stops. Thank you, clock operator. So now the lineup again, you would have been only down by 5 with under 7 minutes remaining.
Correct.
If he makes it on his second opportunity, you're down by 8, needing the touchdown, the 2-point conversion just to tie. Down by 5, a touchdown could have won you the game.
So Alan King now sets up at the 25, making a
brutal
30-yard field goal. And this one is up, plenty of leg, and it is good.
So a 3-point penalty for the Lions defense. They held strong. They did their job. But these 5-yard penalties have been a problem all year long. And that one, let's just hope it's not a play we have to remember tomorrow morning. Because at the moment, if the Lions would have just let that field goal go its normal route, it would have been a 5-point deficit with 6:41 remaining, getting the ball back.
And Kane needs to go thank one of the offensive linemen for SAGU after the game because it just saved his stats from dropping down below the outstanding season he's having already. So Kane escapes. The world will never know, but only those who were here, that he missed a field goal because it doesn't count in the book. So Kane still perfect on the night from field goals. So
it's now an 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. The Lions, 6:41 left. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. They have all 3 timeouts, not that the clock is really a factor yet.
If you're watching on SAGU.TV, go gather your family and friends, huddle around the computer. It's going to be a great close as the Lions once again offer a thrilling game here at Lumpkin Stadium. In a high-scoring affair, Tim, we thought it would be, and at 36-28, it's a pretty high-scoring affair for the Lions.
Yep. Well, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/SAGU Sports Live. I know it's hard to tear yourself away from the screen right now, but, well, do it after the game.
Here's the kickoff, and that's going to definitely be fielded. Looks like it's by the speedy Trevor McKinley out to 20, 25. Pulled back, still on his feet, down to the 27-yard line. McKinley, a nice, nifty return there.
Couldn't see who got the initial hand on him. Might have been we're saying here, and it's number 32.
32,
for the Bulldogs.
Rice Van Buren. Wow, my names are good tonight.
Rice
Love
Van
the
Buren.
name. Rice.
That is not
a typo. Rice.
And that was a big hit because if he could have threaded through there, he had a lot more to go. Field goal drive for the Bulldogs. 11 plays, 44 yards in 6 minutes. Milking that clock down, getting just enough. And the last 5 yards were tacked on by penalties. And that was
Golson rolls left, throws left. He's got a man open, and that is the sure hand receiver of number 14, Dylan Moore, a wide receiver from Denton, Texas.
So a nice little gain on first down up to the 33-yard line, gain of 6 for the Lions. Just looking to get back down that field. Like I said, you have the chance to tie now. Get in that end zone, go for 2. And there's still enough time left that if you were to happen to have to settle for a field goal or fail on a 2-point conversion, you still get the ball back, but you got to get moving.
Golson's going to keep it himself, and he is dragged down by about 3 or 4 Bulldogs by the time they all arrive, and that's going to be a loss of, it looks like 1 or 2 yards on the play. Golson, nowhere to run.
Tried to get it off to Haynes, but I couldn't tell if he was trying to get to Haynes or was faking it to Haynes. Either way, the Bulldogs not even tripped up for a second on that one. Lions, big 3rd and 6 here.
I'm not sure if they give him the option on every play, but it looks like he really has the option a lot to hand off or keep it himself. So Golson really in command of the offense, making decisions tonight and running it a lot in his own. Looks back to pass now. Steps up over the middle.
Intercepted.
Interception. The Bulldogs.
Number 17.
Drake Dowling. a very untimely pick by Reed Golson. That gives the Bulldogs great field position with now just 6 minutes left.
Golson is hobbling off the field, holding his ribs. As Golson just, you said at the half, you see right here, reading his man, it was intended for Nick Morphew.
Right.
And just threw it a bit too far ahead.
Not sure what happened to Golson on the play. Was he hit after he threw the ball? Or?
It was hard to tell, but they're looking at his ribs right now as Golson, with the Lions without a turnover all night until that right there, and it comes at probably the worst time imaginable. 5:45 left, down by 8. The defense will be tasked to try to keep the Bulldogs off the board.
Peavy back to pass. Going deep.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Bulldogs. One play in the end zone.
Lewis Williams again. And that was, the Lions were trying to read it. Brad Heathcock tried to block it, but Lewis Williams gets it.
He ran a skinny post, got inside the shoulder of the safety, and that's an easy touchdown for the Bulldogs as they now extend their lead to 14. And this is not boding well for the SAGU Lions. It's going to be really tough to fight out of this hole. Here it is again. Just a simple skinny post, and he beat his man. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yeah, bad time for the Lions. Their first interception of the night, first turnover of the night, results in a quick 6, and go ahead and make it 7. So the Bulldogs, after the Lions cut the lead back down to 5, it's just been winds and waves of momentum at the moment. The Lions get the interception and the quick touchdown to cut it to 5. The Bulldogs, never forget this moment, missed the field goal.
Yes.
Lions are going to have good field position down by 5.
And they're still looking at Golson, Tim, on the sideline. I think there might be another quarterback coming into play. We'll have to wait and see. Golson looks like he is not ready to come back into the ball game.
Josh Harris, number 6, sophomore, is warming up on the sideline. But never forget that missed field goal negated by the offside penalty gave the Bulldogs a second chance to go up by 8. And then Reed Golson has had an absolutely stellar night thus far with his first interception and puts the Lions in a deep 15-point hole, 5:37 remaining. You got to think if there's any chance of getting back in this one, the Lions will need a quick score.
Josh Harris, a 6'2 sophomore from Victorville, California, Victor Valley Christian High School. So he is warming up, Tim, and it looks like he might see his first action of the season.
Yeah, as Reed Golson, can't spot him on the sideline, but yeah, he's over there still getting his ribs looked at. So the Lions down by 15 will need a quick score, and they may not have Reed Golson.
And there's a fumble by McKinley. He has to take it. He has to run with it because he was outside the end zone, and he is tackled at the 3-yard line. Not a good start for the Lions. This is not the way you want to end a ball game, folks, with 5:31 left, now down 15, deep in your own territory with a backup quarterback. And it looks like it is going to be, I believe, Josh. I think you're right. I think Josh Harris is coming out.
No, here comes Reed Golson.
Here does come Golson. Look at the Warrior. He says, Coach, I can do this. Put me in, Coach. So
95 yards to go, down by 15, hobbled quarterback in. Just like the Lions drew it up, I think.
At their own 5-yard line. Let's pull up one of those McDonald catch fumble Martinez on the spot plays. Let's dial that in right here as Golson has to roll left out of his end zone. He does, and he tries to elude some tacklers and gets
knocked down
maybe
for
a yard, maybe a loss of a yard.
And Golson gets up slowly. He's been hit a lot in the second half with unrelenting pressure. As the clock ticks down towards 5 minutes, every second diminishes the Lions' opportunity.
I do like his movement, how he just kind of shuttled back to the
well,
huddle.
he had to watch himself because he was in the end zone. And if he gets sacked back there, it's a safety, and that would effectively end any Lions' chance of a victory.
Golson back to pass, heaves it. He's got a man open. It's Nick Morphew, an outstanding catch right over the defender, number 17, Drake Dowling, just out of his reach, and Nick Morphew moved the chains, baby. The Lions are still alive.
Reed Golson just throws it in perfectly. Morphew never takes his eyes off of it. Get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Clock is at 4:45.
No huddle. Golson, quick slant pass, nearly picked off.
So the Lions need to keep on moving quickly.
But that's okay, Tim. The clock's going to stop here. That's okay.
Clock will stop. 4:42 left. I mean, there's still plenty of time. Still plenty of time. Not as much time as you'd want being trailing by 15, but you still have time to get down the field and try to get another score. Obviously, all that matters from here on out is touchdowns.
Nick Murphy's been quiet all night. I'd like to see that action out of Nick. He used to be a former teammate of Golston at high school in Grandview, Texas, so he finds his old mate on a huge timely play. And so it is 2nd and 10 now, under 5 minutes left. Golston rolls right, screenplay, pass complete to Sean Haynes, his running back, and he pulls a handful of Bulldog defenders forward to near a first down marker. Another great pass and run by Sean Haynes.
Yeah, Sean Haynes, talking about being very effective out of the backfield as a receiving option. Rolls out right on the screen pattern. Golston lays it in. Clock is still moving as the Lions face 3rd and 1. Low snap for Golston.
Golston fires left, and it bounces off the turf into the hands of McDonald. That's an incomplete pass. Will bring up 3rd and 1. Is that correct?
4th and 1.
4th and 1. I think it's obviously 4th down territory at this point.
Well, no option but to go for it. And if you're the Lions, if you have any realistic chance of scoring twice, obviously this is the game. You have to make this first down. If you don't make it, there will not be enough time left to score twice.
That's a half a yard, Tim. I really think you're going to probably see some type of a quarterback sneak or just a real, if they pass, a quick slant. But he's in the shotgun, so probably won't be a quarterback
out left
sneak.
for him.
They're going to run the ball. He's going to run the ball. He's going to look for the first down marker, and he's got it and more in the midfield. 40.
Nice move.
Down to the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs. A great play. Golston read it the whole way. Saw it before it was snapped. He knew right where he was going.
Look at this breakaway speed.
He knew it.
Down, and then nice move getting out of bounds to stop the clock for good. Down to the 40-yard line.
Love this quarterback. Love his heart, his guts, his soul. His guts are on the field of play, and he's playing with everything he's got. Love this guy's attitude.
In case you haven't learned by now, you never, ever turn off a SAGU Lions football game as Golston, with his jersey hiked up or over his ribs after a solid hit, gets out of bounds.
Golston back to pass again. A quick pass. Oh, right through the hands of McDonald.
Bounces off of his fingertips on 1st and 10. I'm not even sure that's a bad thing. We talk about good incompletions. That would only been a 5-yard gain would have kept the clock moving. Right now, I think the 15, 20 seconds you'd have lost are more precious than 5 yards.
Sure.
So to bring up 2nd and 10, Lions at the Bulldogs 40, trying to get themselves back into this game.
Check your Wi-Fi connection. Make sure you got 4 bars. Do not go away. The Lions bringing it again as they try to mount an improbable comeback. Golston looks deep. He's got it. He's got McDonald. Does he hold on to it? Touchdown,
No,
McDonald!
Down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, they waved it off. It's at the 1-yard line.
What a
Outstanding catch by McDonald. Watch this again. Steps up, hurls a great pass right into the hands of McDonald, and they are going to mark him down just shy of the end zone. The crowd, they want a touchdown. I wanted a touchdown. You wanted a touchdown. But we didn't get a touchdown.
Correct call. He was down at the 1 for the Lions.
And there's a pass or a handoff, and that's in for a touchdown. That is going to be
Lushner.
Cade Lushner.
2nd touchdown of the night. And just like that, the Lions offense flies down the field. 95 yards. Reed Golston leading the way. And this game is not over yet, folks. The Lions, well, with a huge extra point here, these things are not automatic.
Monster. Down by 9, you've got to get this down to 8. You miss this, you're down 2 scores.
And so the Lions trying to cut it down to 8. 3:28 left. 3 timeouts in a barn burner at Lumpkin Stadium. And it is good.
Okay.
James Gush
we're good.
Had to hold your breath on that one because you know how important it was. But the Lions, 35. The Bulldogs, 43.
3 timeouts left, Tim. So you get a stop. You get the ball back with about maybe a minute 50 left.
Well, you have 3 timeouts. You have 3 timeouts to stop. 9 plays, 95 yards. 2:03, 95 yards in 2 minutes and 3 seconds with a 1-yard run by Lushner. The big play, of course, the pass from Golston to McDonald down to the 1. Looked like it might have been a touchdown, didn't matter. Only cost the Lions about 8 seconds. As Lushner with his second 1-yard touchdown run of the night. The Lions, after the interception, give up the touchdown, and then after the bobbled receive, get the ball to 5. Golston was hobbled. Again, it looked like that one might have been completely over. Golston with a big 4th and 1 conversion. And the Lions will not give up on this game.
I just continue to be amazed at the guts of this offense. Heart and soul is here tonight at Lumpkin Stadium, 43-35. Don't go anywhere, folks. this is still a ball game as the Bulldogs, every time they think they've got them out of reach, the Lions come roaring back. So we shall wait and see as 3 timeouts remain for the Indians. You get a 3 and out, and anything can happen. As we've seen already, again, 9 plays, 95 yards. Very impressive. Quick strike, power offense.
The Bulldogs have their hands team out there. They have to prepare for the onside kick. I'd be surprised if the Lions tried it with 3 timeouts.
No. They'll kick it deep. They'll kick it deep.
And they do.
And they do very deep off the sure foot of James Gish into the end zone, and that's going to be touchback. And we'll start play at the 25-yard line. So,
Lions
fun. Fun to watch. Fun to call.
I mean, this is the 3rd game that we've had, and everyone has come down to the wire. The Lions fall in the first 2. It's going to take a little bit of play, little bit of very solid play by the Lions defense to give them that opportunity. They're still down by 8, needing a touchdown and 2-point conversion, but it starts here. The defense needs a quick stop. Can't give up any first downs. I mean, it's hard for me to do the math in my head right now. I think you give up 1, and even that 1 on the first play, you could still probably manage to get the ball back. But if you start letting the Bulldogs drive on you, this one is over. You need a quick 3 and out. Use your timeouts. Give the offense plenty of time and the ball back.
Crowd's on their feet. They want to stop. It's a handoff. They'll keep the ball on the ground as the running back puts his head down and gets out to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs have had a pretty good rushing attack on the night. And now the Lions won't call timeout yet. They won't call timeout yet. They'll save those. No, you need to save those because the Bulldogs have a solid chance to make a first down here. So you want to save those in case they make it this play or the next play. So the Bulldogs will let this clock tick down.
Peavy remains in the shotgun most tonight, and he does again. Here's the snap, handoff out to the 35, the 40. First down, Bulldogs. Number 25 on the run, that is DeMarcus Boyd, and he's going to move the chains. And now you start talking about, Tim, maybe the Purple and Gold have to use some of those timeouts.
Well, now they have to, because now the Bulldogs can take too much time off the clock. And one more first down ends this game, unless it happens on literally this play. One more first down would probably be enough to really end the game if it comes on a play or 2. So the Lions defense quickly allows a first down on 2 running plays. Need to hold strong. Need to give the offense enough time. Of course, they haven't needed much time. They went 95 yards in just 2 minutes. So they don't need much time.
We've got 2:18 left in the ball game, so they need to get this ball back as soon as possible. Another run up the middle. It's Boyd. He gets the call again, and he shuttles forward for another 4-yard gain out to about the 46-yard line.
And the Lions will use their first timeout with 2:08 remaining. And it's another 5-yard gain, so the Bulldogs definitely making it work on the ground at the moment.
Well, you figure 25 seconds for the game clock. You got 2nd down and 3rd down, so that's almost a minute. They can just burn off the clock without even calling a play. So now you're looking at if they get a stop, they'll get the ball with about a minute left to play, give or take a few seconds.
Well, if you can stop these next 2 plays, you call timeout on both of them. You have the ball left with just under 2 minutes remaining.
Maybe a minute and 30. Yeah,
if you allow, and I'm not going to talk too much because I had the math all wrong against Bethany, so it's hard to do that exact math. That's for the coaches to do on how to time those plays out. But a first down would more than likely effectively end this game. The Lions, at best case scenario, be getting the ball back with just seconds remaining, more than likely. So the defense needs to stand strong here. Needs 2 big stops, 2 quick timeouts. Give the offense the opportunity because they have not let you down so far tonight when they've needed it most.
And they've scored in fun ways, exciting ways. Football is supposed to be a fun game to watch, not just grind out a win. It's been a great game for the fans, players and coaches on both sides. You just want to see the Lions get a win at home here at Lumpkin Stadium, the first in quite a while. So we're about to find out, folks. We're just close to 2 minutes left. Lions giving us another nail-biter. It's 2nd and 5 as Peavy surveys the Purple and Gold defense. And let's see if they can be stopped and get the ball back to the Lions. He'll hand the ball up to Boyd. He's got running room, but he's stopped short of the first down. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 3, Tim.
Looked like Brad Heathcock was the first one to get a hold of him. Did enough to slow Boyd down, and it'll bring up, the game. 3rd and 2. This is the game. If the Bulldogs get a first down, they will be able to run the clock out.
And the Lions used their 2nd timeout, as you said they probably would do on the defense, which is a smart play. use them while you got them, and then hope your offense can have a lot of plays in the sidelines and move the chains to stop the clock for a moment. And you just got to manage that clock the best you can if you're Reed Golson to get the ball back.
Well, and the way the offense has been moving, just over the middle of the field too, just works. They've been getting down. The clock stops when the chains move, and that's huge in college. That allows these comebacks to be, I wouldn't say a lot easier, but they definitely facilitate offensive comebacks. But it's got to happen on this play. Defense has got to make a huge 3rd and 2 stop. Fans are rising to their feet. They know what this means.
They are loud, let me tell you.
The drum line is playing
Here we go,
as loud
folks,
as they can.
3rd and 2. This really effectively, at this point, is to play the game effectively. Peavy lines up in the shotgun. He's got 2 running backs, and he's going to hand off to one of them. Here's the game, and they're going to get a stop. The purple and gold hold. Outstanding play by the defense.
What a stop. We saw the same thing happening against Bethany where they made the big stop and they got called off because of a penalty. We saw the same thing happening against Austin College. The big stop. This defense has made the big stops, dragging them down. 4 Lions hanging off of them. It'll bring up a 4th and 3.
That's number 8. That's number 18 in on the tackle. Who got the start.
That's
Dalton Snyder again. Called his name a lot tonight, Tim, and he got a lot of help.
Snyder's 11th tackle on the night.
Outstanding night for Snyder.
And so now the Lions will send their punt return team out. 1:55 remaining. They will have the ball back.
With all kinds of tricks up their sleeve. And no telling what Golson's going to come up with. And that is Snyder's 11th tackle. You're exactly right, Tim. An outstanding game. He may be up for a player of the game.
Well, anytime the defense gets up 43 points, it's hard to. But Snyder has done it when it matters.
He has done it when it matters for sure.
The player of the game may still be unwritten because there's 1:55 left.
Here's the punt. A high snap. The punter does field it, though. And it is an end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 26. Takes a Lions bounce. And it's going to be down at the 35-yard line. So fortune may be on the Lions side as they'll get the ball in pretty good territory.
Yeah, 65 yards away from the end zone, courtesy of the bounce back. Lions take the field. Reed Golson, what a night for him so far. The Lions put up 35 points.
Okay, folks, I hope you got a good Wi-Fi router connector because you need to watch loud and clear what's going to happen here because I think the Lions are going to pull out a miraculous touchdown, perhaps send this game into overtime. Let's talk about that. You have to get a 2-point conversion, Tim.
Yeah,
An extra point's not going to do it.
A lot to go still.
Rolls left, steps back. Now
got to get rid of
back to the right. He's got to move quickly. He's still on his feet, and he's going to have positive yards. An amazing run. He gets 7 when he was dead.
But the clock is still running. The offense will quickly get back to the line. Clock under 1.5 minutes as it does not get out of bounds. But Golson does a good job of avoiding the sack. 1:20 as we approach. Golson to the line.
Golson sends 3 to the left. Back to pass, but he's going to throw
deep.
right.
He's got a man.
He catches the ball.
Jeremy McDonald down to the 18-yard line.
McDonald, check that. Jeremy McDonald, an outstanding play. And the Lions.
Here comes the replay. More Golson and McDonald all night long. Lazy perfect.
Baby. Outstanding play by McDonald.
Down to the 17-yard line.
Wow, the Lions are on the prowl. Ball set at the 17-yard line. Tim, plenty of time to score now. Plenty of time. Golson, protect the ball. And he almost threw that away as an interception. Thank goodness it landed on the ground first because number 17 for the Bulldogs was right there. Drake Dowling had his eye on that errant pass.
He already had a pick tonight, so he was looking to end this game. 1 minute and a second left. Lions,
the ball.
17 yards. Jeremy McDonald, 9 receptions, 231 yards and a touchdown. Reed Golson to McDonald, just working tonight. They'd like to make it work one more time into the end zone to keep this improbable rally alive.
Wow. Here we go, folks. 2nd and 10. Just 1 minute and 1 left. Golson takes the snap, fires the ball in the middle. And out through the outstretched hands of a receiver.
Number 14.
That was number 14 on the play. That would have been Dylan Moore.
Just out of his reach. 3rd and 10 coming up. Here comes the pressure cooker now.
It's one of those plays where Dylan went basically horizontal. He laid out for that and almost pulled it in. He had maybe a finger on it, but not quite enough to haul it in.
Golson, 377 yards and 3 touchdowns. Stats by J.W. Tabor. 3rd and 10 for the Lions.
Golson's going to look left. Now up to the middle. He throws up, and it's going to be way out of bounds. He threw that one away. That brings up, here again, you hate to say it, but it really is the play of the game. 4th and 10. They actually can get a first down, Tim,
yeah,
inside the 8-yard line. So
down to if they get to the 7, they have a first down. So it's not just to the end zone, and they do have plenty of time. But like you said, well, it feels like we say this more times in any game than anything else. This is the game right here. If you don't make this, the game is over. If you make it, keep it alive. The crowd is on their feet.
Both teams exhorting both crowds to get on their feet. It all comes down to one play to get this thing within scoring distance where you can tie it with a 2-point conversion. Austin Martinez goes in motion. Golson takes the snap, looks back, rolls left. He's got to find a receiver. He's looking left. He's got no one. Now he throws. It's high, and it is incomplete. And that is the ball game for the Lions on a heroic comeback effort, but just over the outstretched arms of number 7, Trevor McKinley, on a desperation play by Golson. He knew he had to have more time, bought more time. Receivers was open for just a flash, but the ball was slightly overthrown, Tim, and that's the ball game.
That is it right there. Bulldogs will come out and kneel down, and what was in Golson, you can just tell, dejected. Last week, the game ended in the other end zone as he dribbled the ball into Caleb Shelley on the last play of the game, trailing by 8. This one ends on an overthrow to Trevor McKinley, trailing by 8. The Bulldogs will just go into the victory position, and they will hold on in a game that featured more momentum turns and more shifts as the players shake hands, as the Bulldogs will not need to kneel down again. That'll be it. And the Bulldogs will hold on for a 43-35 victory.
We knew it'd be high scoring. It was, and it was fun to watch. Unfortunately, the Lions fall short in this ball game and drop to 1-3 on the season. The Bulldogs will improve to 2-1, so they're happy to come down to Waxahachie and get a win to get on the 500 side of things. But a valiant effort, nevertheless. Fun to watch. The purple and gold always put on a show for their fans.
Absolutely. Another show tonight. Offensive display unlike we've seen before. Unfortunately for the Lions, it's not quite enough again. And they fall for the 3rd time at home this season. They drop to 1-3 in a very exciting 43-35 game.
As the coaches exchange handshakes and appreciations for a hard-fought game, and you got to like the class for both these programs. I love college football because you have to do that right there. You got to shake hands. It really is just a game, and these two fine Christian schools know this. A lot more important things in life than winning a football game, and it's tough to lose, but I love this class that you just have at this level of play in college.
Yep. Well, that'll do it right here. We're going to go to a quick commercial break as the Lions will huddle up on the field. We'll be back with post-game analysis and preview of things to come here on SAGU Sports Live.
Welcome back to Lunkin Stadium.
Jeremy McDonald, 231 yards receiving and a touchdown. Austin Martinez had 2 touchdowns. Essentially, he had one catch for 40 yards and then receiving yards for the extra 20 he took into the end zone. Not counted as a catch. Essentially, and 2 touchdowns.
Team in rushing with 107 yards. Lushner with 15.
79 after the losses.
After the gain hit.
And
some losses there.
Lushner had 15 yards only, but had 2 one-yard touchdown carries. So 2 touchdowns for Cade tonight. But then on the Texas Lutheran side, Brent Peavy with 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Williams, 124 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, Jerome, 110 yards. Hardaway, 82 yards and a touchdown.
Kane.
Peavy, 47. Boyd, 28. Davis, 25. In all, the Bulldogs had 306 yards on the ground.
Wow.
And you mentioned this earlier. You can point the stat out right here because it's very impressive.
After all the dust settles and all these yards, only 8 yards total separate. 483 for TLU, 475 for SAGU. So you can't get much closer than that, Tim. And
no.
We also saw a great display from an All-American kicker, Kim Waxahachie. Let's give props to Alan Kane. 5 field goals, 3 of them beyond 40 yards. One a 49-yarder.
Yeah.
So
impressive night for Alan Kane in a game that came down to the wire, having those extra field goals, which kept the score ahead. Mm-hmm. Big night for Alan Kane for the Bulldogs as they hold on in just a wild one here at
So
Lumpkin Stadium.
the Lions have yet to beat the Bulldogs, now 0-3, dating back to the first game in 1998, but a much more closely contested game this time around. It wasn't like the 53-16 loss we had in 1999.
No, and it was a close game really throughout. The Bulldogs took the early lead, but the Lions kept on fighting their way back in. The resilience of this team was very impressive as they kept on going down against this high-powered offense, but they found a way to stay in it.
Okay, so next week the Lions get a bye.
Lions.
So we're going to stop at 1-3 with a bye, rest up all the nicks and bruises, and then we play
Bacone, looking for a little bit of vengeance, heading up to, I believe, Muskogee, Oklahoma, to take on Bacone. If you've been a long-time SAGU Sports Live watcher, you know some vengeance needs to be dished out 2 weeks. But we'll be right back here 3 weeks from today for homecoming, actually.
Yes.
SAGU welcomes the Haskell Indians Nation University. So the Lions, looking forward, though, they have a pretty tough road ahead of them now. 1-3, 4 of their next 5 games come on the road. They only have 2 home games remaining, obviously. So 4 of the next 5 are on the road. Some very tough contests ahead going into Langston, going into Bacone, going up against Oklahoma Panhandle State. The season is looking pretty tough, and while there's a lot to take away from this victory, this defeat, while there's a lot to take away, a lot of good points, a lot of good moments, still notches at a defeat, and the Lions fall to 1-3.
Well, I like the fact we cut our turnovers down, Tim. We've been averaging 3 or 4. I think we just had the one.
Just the one. The one pick led directly to a Bulldog touchdown. So the trend of touchdowns off of turnovers still hurting the Lions, but the Lions also had a pick. Nick Econom, Nick Econom with his 14th all-time interception, becoming the all-time interceptions leader for the Lions, and that pick resulted in an immediate Lions touchdown off of even with the loss, the play of the year, the craziest play I've ever seen.
In my opinion, play of the year. Now, the great pick off the foot by Econom, it's up there too, but that was just an outstanding overall heads-up play.
Absolutely, amazing play. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break now. When we come back, we'll have hopefully a player interview and our player of the game, and then we'll tell you again what's coming up on SAGU Sports Live. So stay tuned. Here is the Lions fall in a close one, 43-35. Welcome back to SAGU Sports Live as the Lions fall, and, well, yet another heartbreaker there. They're 3 for 3 on heartbreakers this year, that's for sure. 43-35, the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs, and just a hard-fought, exciting game. A lot of plays to remember, a lot of memorable moments in the game. But again, the Lions fall just short here at Lumpkin Stadium and fall to 1-3 on the year. We're going to be right back in action, though, on Tuesday as we kick off the volleyball season. SAGU Women's Volleyball, if you're still tuning in for the post-game show on the bus coming back home, we will be streaming your game live on Tuesday as they take on Texas Wesleyan University. Big conference matchup. We'll be covering a lot of volleyball games throughout the year, so stay tuned to SAGU Sports Live Facebook page for updates on that. As for football, we've got a little bit of a break now. Lions get a much-needed bye week going into the next week after back-to-back 8-point losses. To see the team out there praying right there at the end of the game. Back-to-back 8-point losses, 3 losses by a combined 17 points. It's tough, but that's the way it is. They get a bye week, and then he said off to Muskogee, Oklahoma. Week after that, so 3 weeks from today, I believe that's to be October 13th. Haskell Indians Nation right here for a homecoming. We're going to have a lot of stuff cooked up for you. We're going to have an absolutely amazing, fun homecoming broadcast as the Lions welcome Haskell Indians Nation. It's going to be a fun one, so be sure and tune in on Tuesday for the women's volleyball premiere, and be sure to set your calendars. Be back here October 13th as the Lions have a great homecoming game. Hopefully are geared up, ready for a big win against Haskell.
Hopefully that'll put us back to 3-3. We're going to win at Bacone.
Simple as that.
Haskell.
Bacone is a winnable game. The Bacone went 3-7 last year, and as we said, the Lions lost by the narrowest of margins by the most improbable circumstances to Bacone. So they definitely have the chance. We want to thank everybody from the broadcast tonight, the camera crew, the audio crew, and student directors. Obviously, it's a very student-led project all the way around, so we want to give a special shout out to the students who
and our statistician,
J.W. Tabor, for giving us all the best stats. For the students who give up their Saturdays to, come out here and stream a football game. We hope all of you at home can appreciate that. Just the great work done by the students here.
And make sure you like us on Facebook. Let these students know they did a good job tonight. We'd appreciate that very much. So thanks again for joining us on SAGU.TV. We might try to get Frank Tristan. Is that a possibility?
That's what we're being told. We might have a chance to get Frank Tristan. Not sure when that'll be, so we'll hang around for just a moment longer. We're going to stretch this out a little bit.
We'll take a commercial break and be right back, hopefully with offensive coordinator Frank Tristan. Stay with us here on SAGU.tv. And welcome back to the booth here at Lumpkin Stadium. I'm Rob Price along with Tim Roberts, and we had a tough game, a tough loss, 43-35. And now on the sideline, we've got our reporter Bianca Alarcón with one of our offensive coaches, Frank Tristan. Bianca.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with offensive coordinator for the Lions, Frank Tristan. Now, Frank, despite the outcome of tonight's game, it was still one of our most productive nights for the offense with 35 points. What do you feel like the team did well?
Well, one, we eliminated some mistakes. We've fumbled the ball a lot in the first 3 games and committed a lot of turnovers. But this night, we eliminated those mistakes, and then Reed Golson really made some big plays for us. Him and Jeremy connected on 3 big passes, which just, I mean, those are huge. Those are game breakers. So.
Right, and we struggled to run the ball, but, you know, in light of that, we did make some pretty big passes. Who do you feel like some of the catalysts were?
Well, like I said, Reed did a great job finding guys open. Jeremy McDonald, he's just got great speed, and he beat a guy deep 3 or 4 times. So maybe we should have done that more. And then was Martinez. He did a great job. He caught 2 deep balls, and so those 2 guys did a great job of finding the open space, and Reed did a good job giving it to him.
Okay, well, thanks so much, and we're hoping that with this bye week, the Lions will be able to rest up, and then you guys will be ready for your matchup against Bacone. But thanks tonight, Coach.
That's good. Thank you, Bianca.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Bianca, very much for that fun interview with Frank Tristan. Love the insight from our offensive head coach. So, Tim, your final thoughts, analysis, and looking ahead for next week.
Well, the final thoughts will really lie in that offensive coordinator. The offense has struggled a lot this season. They get 475 yards today, 35 points. That's their season high. Going into the next week, well, it's winning time. You're going to take on a team, Bacone, that I think you have the ability to beat. You can play offense like you played today. You have the ability to beat Bacone. So time to recover, time to keep going, get this record back to 2-3, hopefully level at 3-3 on homecoming. Season's still young. There's still a chance to pull out what you want. That's a winning season. Just going to take a little bit of magic along the way. But you saw tonight, yeah, you know, sometimes magic happens, and you can get back into games you think you should be out of, and, well, that's what Lions have to hope for from here on out.
They're playing winnable games. They just got to close them. I think that's the final thought. So thanks again for watching on SAGU.tv. We'll see you again Tuesday night at the volleyball courts as we watch our Lady Lions in action. Thanks again. God bless. We'll see you soon.